Hello and welcome to New Mexico Rising. My name is Abby Max. On this week's show, we have this.
Yeah, I felt like she's... Wait, say your question again. I'm sorry. I didn't want my cat to bother you.
Oh, no, I'm down with cats. We got cats in our studio, so
Okay.
cat life is the best life that we have.
It's important to us because small businesses are just a critical part of the TikTok community.
All that and more right here on New Mexico Rising. Do your eyes feel more tired than they used to, especially after being on your phone or computer? A lot of people over 40 notice these changes and assume it's just part of getting older, but many problems can be treated. Joining us is Dr. Ashley Brissette, an ophthalmologist, sharing 4 questions to ask your doctor in 2026. Welcome, Dr. Brissette.
Thank you for having me.
What vision changes should people expect in their 40s or even 50s?
Yeah, it's very normal for our eyes to start to change and even for our vision to deteriorate as we reach that middle age and as we grow older. So usually in our 40s, the first things that we notice is that difficulty seeing up close. And that's something that we call presbyopia. It's a normal aging change. You have to hold things further out to keep them in focus, maybe even better lighting to be able to see well. And then as we get into our 50s and 60s and older is when cataract starts to develop. And again, cataract is a normal aging change of the eye. It happens to everybody as we grow up. Everybody will get cataracts in their lifetime. The natural lens inside the eye, which is clear when we're young, starts to become more cloudy, and that starts to affect the vision. Often the night driving is the first thing that starts to go, and then really difficulty for seeing at all distances. But it's nothing to be afraid of. It's very natural for our vision to change and for people to develop these aging changes of their eyes.
And with all the screen time, what solutions can help people who just need everyday vision correction?
Yeah, if you're on screens long hours, which I think all of us are nowadays, and especially if you're struggling with the vision, or say if you have reading glasses all over your home or in every single bag, you don't have to deal with that. I really love recommending to patients some modern contact lenses. Ones like the AccuView can be a great option because that will give you a really nice natural range to your vision. And what's nice is even if you're on digital screens for long hours, it won't make that digital device strain any worse. So that you can wear the contact lenses comfortably, and they can also provide you a great range to your vision.
And what key questions should viewers ask their eye doctor in 2026?
Yeah, definitely important to make sure that you're going for your annual comprehensive eye exam. It is very important to be able to detect any early eye conditions that may develop, and we can pick that up on your screening eye exam. It's also a great way that we can tell about your total body health. So I can examine someone's eyes and determine if they have high blood pressure, diabetes, even autoimmune conditions. So a screening eye exam is really important for preventative health. And then lastly, when you do meet with your eye doctor, mention your vision concerns to them, because if you're having any difficulty with driving or reading or working because of your vision, we have solutions, and we'd like to come up with a custom treatment plan for you. So whether it's the modern contact lenses like the AccuView, or if you're a better candidate for something like a cataract surgery and a premium lens like the Technis family, we have lots of great options for helping you see better. So you don't have to suffer with poor vision. We can help you see better, and we can help you see comfortably.
And where can we all go for more information?
Yeah, some great resources I refer my patients to are clearvisionforyou.com and accuview.com. Those are 2 websites with lots of information.
Dr. Brissette, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Winter can feel cozy, but can also mess with your energy, your sleep, your immune system, and just everything. So if you've been feeling a little bit off lately, you're not alone, and it's a good time to reset without doing anything too extreme. So joining us today is Dr. Contessa Metcalfe, physician and Star Bravo's Married to Medicine, with simple, realistic winter wellness tips that you could actually stick with. Welcome to the show, Dr. Metcalfe. How are you, my friend?
I'm amazing, and I'm so very happy to be here talking to you today.
Well, I'm glad to have you here because I've been struggling. 2025 almost broke me. That's where I'm
Yes.
at.
Join the crowd. I'm so happy for 2026.
But I was burnt out, and I think I'm almost on the verge of burnout. And I guess you say winter wellness reset. What does it look like in real life, and what are a couple of things that you want people to be doing this week to kind of start the year on the right track?
That's so important. And if you have seen me on Bravo's Married to Medicine, you know that I'm that doctor that stresses preventive medicine. What does that mean? It means taking an honest assessment, jumping on that scale, looking in the mirror, and actually evaluating your whole entire lifestyle. So I'm here today with some timely suggestions, it sounds like really timely, that can help people achieve a healthier regime.
All right, let's hit with some nutrition.
Yes.
In winter, what's one change that gives you the biggest payoff for energy and staying healthy without feeling like you're on a diet?
Super simple. Everyday foods can really play an important role in supporting your immune health. Dairy milk, including lactose-free milk, is a simple, affordable choice for your family and actually a fridge staple for many. A top food source of vitamin D, which contributes to immune function. It's especially valuable right now during these winter months when we have less sunlight. Now, dairy milk is also a good source of vitamin A, zinc, selenium, and protein, all of which help keep immune systems primed and ready to fight right now during this cold and flu season and even beyond.
And sleep, it's where a lot of us kind of fall apart this time of year. What are your best tips for getting more restful sleep when it's starting to get dark early and schedules are all over the place?
Well, this winter, make sleep a priority with Natrol Sleep and Restore. Now, restorative sleep is so important for supporting your energy, your mood, and your overall well-being, especially, again, right now when we have shorter days, we have colder weather, and even added stress, which all just disrupt our sleep patterns. From America's #1 drug-free sleep aid brand, Natrol Sleep and Restore is made with safe, quality, non-habit-forming ingredients, including a blend of magnesium and GABA to support restful sleep this season and beyond.
And on the personal care side, you know, this daily stuff that people skip when they're kind of busy. What do you tell parents to prioritize that actually helps long term?
Well, this tip is actually for everybody. I actually talk about prioritizing your oral health because it really does extend beyond your teeth. And it starts with a reliable toothbrush. Now, the new Philips Sonicare 6500 will clean in ways that a manual just can't. And you won't just see that difference, you'll feel it too. It removes, listen to this, 1,000% more plaque than a manual toothbrush. And it leverages next generation Sonicare technology to provide a gentle, effective clean, even in those hard to reach areas. Plus, the Philips Sonicare 6500 allows you to personalize your brushing with 3 mode intensities and even a personalized app with a visual pressure sensor, which helps to protect your gums so you can feel it, the care for yourself.
Any other simple winter or weather tips that you want people to remember, especially when they're trying to boost their immunity and feel more motivated from day to day?
So I recommend you start this new year strong with a high value but low cost Planet Fitness membership, starting at just $15 a month for access to best-in-class cardio and strength training equipment that you find typically in more expensive gyms. Now, you're going to be joining this welcoming and inspiring fitness community, which ultimately helps you stick to your fitness goals. And all fitness levels are welcome. At Planet Fitness's 2,800 plus locations, many of which are actually open 24 hours a day. Now, they even offer free fitness training to all members and PF Black Card members. Now, they can bring a guest anytime. And plus, they have access to that Black Card spa. It's all about self-care.
Dr. Metcalfe, where can we go for more information?
Well, for more information about everything we talked about today, visit tipsontv.com.
I want to thank you for joining me once again, my friend.
Thanks for having me.
Do you ever start the new year saying you want to eat better, but then life gets busy? Between work, family, and everything else, healthy habits can be hard to keep up with. Joining us today is Dawn Jackson Blatner, a registered dietitian and nutritionist who helps people make simple, realistic food choices that actually work. Welcome, Dawn.
Hey, thank you so much for having me today.
A lot of people make healthy New Year's resolutions. What helps those changes actually stick?
Oh my gosh, you're so right. It's a resolution season, and by now, a lot of those resolutions are already out the window because so many people like to make these big changes, but what works is actually the opposite. Small changes are called micro habits, and it's little things like have an extra glass of water before your coffee in the morning, or focus on more protein at breakfast, or add a 5-minute walk after lunch. These little changes seem like, they're not going to do that much, but they're magic because you're so likely to stick with them that you're creating healthy momentum. And that's what actually is the secret, micro habits.
And if someone wants to eat better, what are a few basics they should always have in their kitchen?
Yeah, you're only as healthy as your last trip to the grocery store. So, what the heck are you supposed to buy in the grocery store? Well, there is a cool social media trend that I love. It's called the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grocery plan. And so, you go to the store and you buy 5 different types of fruits and vegetables, 4 different types of protein foods, and that could be like eggs and yogurt and beans and tuna, 3 different types of healthy carbs, 2 different types of healthy fats, and then 1 type of dessert because you don't want to restrict yourself when you're eating well. You bring all that food home, and now you can mix and match all your healthy food to make nutritious and balanced meals.
And you talk about something called train your plate. What does that mean?
Train your plate. A lot of people think, yeah, I'll go to the gym and I can train my muscles to be strong. But if you really want to feel strong and energized, you also have to think about what's going on your plate. And so I like to start with protein, round it out with colorful fruits and veggies, and then put some kind of healthy carb on there for energy. And that's a great place to start. And I also encourage people, myself included, to prime your performance. So if you're going into a big meeting, going on TV for the day, going into the gym, don't go hungry. Like, make sure you're eating something like hard-boiled egg and a piece of fruit. It doesn't have to be drama, but that will really impact and improve your performance. And a final thing to think about is that champions are just not out there winging it. They're planning. And so when it comes to nutrition, a little bit of planning with meal prep, tiny bit, can actually make healthy eating so much easier.
And meal prep can sound intimidating. How can people like me get started without spending a lot of time?
Oh my gosh, you are so right. Meal prep should not take over your whole weekend. You got to keep it simple if you really want it to stick. And I have 2 great ideas for you. The first one are protein pancake bowls. Very easy to make. It's eggs, it's yogurt, it's a little bit of oats, fruit. You make 4 at a time and then you keep them in the fridge. So on a busy morning or after the gym, you can grab one and it's about 30 grams of protein. And I also like to meal prep snacks. And so I have what's called a fitness snack pack. And it's great. It's eggs, it's cheese, whole grain pretzels, and fruit. And you make these little containers so that when you're running out the door, you can grab one and then you feel energized between meals with those snack packs. And anytime that I am meal prepping, I'm starting with Eggland's Best Eggs because they are the champion of nutrition. They have 10 times more vitamin E. They have 6 times more vitamin D, 25% less saturated fat compared to ordinary eggs. So it's a great ingredient to add more nutrition to whatever you're making.
And there's also a sweepstakes connected to this. What is it and how can people enter?
Ooh, I love a sweepstakes. So here's what's happening. Eggland's Best is teaming up with the Olympic gold medalist Katie Ledecky, and they're helping families eat like champions. And it's all starting with a better egg. And part of their partnership is called the Eggland's Best Champion Sweepstakes. And it's starting right now all the way until March 10th. You can go to ebfamilysweeps.com, enter daily for your chance to win the grand prize, which is $5,000 and swag signed by Katie Ledecky herself.
And where can viewers go to find recipes and more nutrition tips?
Yes, so everything is at ebfamilysweeps.com. It's the sweepstakes where there's no purchase necessary. And also the pancake bowls and the fitness snack packs both of those recipes are on there as well.
Thank you, Dawn, for sharing all your knowledge with us today.
Well, thank you so much, and a happy and healthy new year to you.
Do you ever start the year wanting to feel healthier but feel overwhelmed by all the options? GLP-1 medications are getting a lot of attention, but many people still have questions. Joining us today is Divya Iyer, a consumer healthcare expert with GoodRx, here to help make sense of it all. Welcome, Divya.
Hi, thank you for having me.
How are GLP-1 medications changing the way people think about weight loss goals this year?
Weight loss is a common New Year's resolution, and GLP-1s have changed the way that people approach this in a pretty fundamental way. Goals that were driven primarily by willpower can now become more realistic, more sustainable, and more measurable. So GLP-1s are prescription medicines that regulate your appetite and blood sugar and help manage your weight, diabetes, and just overall health. So not surprisingly, the demand for these medications has surged. However, insurance coverage continues to fall short. The good news is that these medicines have become more affordable, just earlier this month, the FDA approved the first ever oral version or pill for weight loss, and it's available via GoodRx, the lowest discounted price of $149. So there's a lot of options out there, and GoodRx can act as that trusted access and affordability resource to help people understand what the options are, what's safe, what's affordable, what's FDA approved, and where to start.
And if someone is interested but unsure where to begin, what advice do you have?
People should talk to their doctor or licensed healthcare provider first. You could talk to your regular doctor, or you can go to GoodRx, and we have our GoodRx for weight loss telehealth subscription offering for $39. We make it very easy, where you get access to virtual consultations with a licensed healthcare provider who will prescribe you with GLP-1 medication if appropriate. So a good place to start would be goodrx.com/GLP-save.
And why is it important to use FDA-approved medications, and how can people avoid fake products?
That's an important question because of the demand for these products and the supply issues that we had a couple of years ago. There's a whole alternate market of knockoffs out there. FDA approved means that it's been reviewed and regulated, it's been tested and proven to be safe and effective. So if it's priced suspiciously low, or if you can get it without a prescription or without talking to a healthcare provider, that's a red flag that it's a knockoff. Or if it says compounded on the medication, then you know that it's not the real thing, it's not FDA approved.
And where can viewers go for more information and trusted resources?
People can go to goodrx.com/GLP-save to understand all the different options and get connected to a licensed doctor and get started on treatment.
Divya, thank you so much for being here and sharing with us.
Thank you.
Do you ever feel like you're juggling family schedules, screen time, and self-care pretty much all at once? TikTok recently launched a new free resource designed to make those everyday moments a little easier to manage. So joining us is Lisa Hayes, TikTok's head of safety public policy, who are here to share how the new For You calendar can help families stay organized and how parents can tailor TikTok settings to fit their household. Welcome to the show, Lisa. How are you, my friend?
Thanks for having me, Dan. I'm doing well. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. TikTok's For You calendar just launched. What inspired this idea? And what problems were you hoping that it would solve for families?
Well, the For You calendar is our latest resource designed to help families have conversations about their online experiences and to build balanced digital habits together. If your schedule is anything like mine, you are still recovering from the holidays, you're getting the kids back to school, you're trying to stick to the New Year's resolutions. What I love about this calendar is that it is designed to help families work together to be intentional about how they are spending their time each week, both online and offline. It is a free physical calendar that lets you look at your week at a glance, planning your day-to-day activities alongside mindful moments. We've partnered with Linda Tong Planners. Linda is a very talented artist who has created this calendar in a way to spark conversation about families and to really make it easier to sit down with your teens, to think about how you're going to hold on to those 2026 resolutions and get to the end of the week ticking off everything you've planned to do at the start of the week.
And this calendar isn't just about appointments. It focuses on mindful moments. And how does that reflect what you're seeing from families using TikTok pretty much every day?
The calendar is not just about organization, it's also about connection. It is designed to help families start conversations about how you are spending your time. And the hope is that those conversations can help you build healthy habits as a family. I know in my family, we will be using this calendar every weekend to sit down and look out at the coming week together as a group. One of my New Year's resolutions is to try to get more sleep. So if I learn from my teenager that she has an early morning soccer game on Saturday, I know that I should not be scheduling a late night dinner on Friday. The idea is to spark conversation, build connection as a family, and all be moving forward through the week together, being intentional about how you are spending your time.
Okay, so I shouldn't be staying out till 3 a.m. when I have interviews at 8 a.m. Okay, I got this.
I mean, or maybe you should. It's about being intentional about whether you should be doing that and making a conscious choice about the right schedule.
All right. And you also partnered with small business owner and creator Linda Tong Planners on this. Why was it important to collaborate with a creator for this project?
Well, Linda Tong's content on TikTok is fantastic. If you'd like to see how she creates these calendars behind the scenes, you should definitely check her out on TikTok. It's important to us because small businesses are just a critical part of the TikTok community. And if you are able to go to the For You calendar hashtag, you'll get some ideas of how parents and others on TikTok, other creators, are using this calendar already with their families to plan those intentional moments.
And while families are organizing their schedules, you're also encouraging them to review their TikTok settings. What are a couple of simple tools that parents may not realize are already available for them?
I know we're asked to do a lot as parents. That's why TikTok has built in more than 50 safety and privacy protections for teenagers that are on by default. But every parent should take the opportunity at the start of a new year to go check out family planning. Family pairing. Family pairing is our tool that lets parents connect to their teens' TikTok's accounts and to put conversations in place as a family about what the right experience is for their teen on TikTok. How much time should your teen be spending on TikTok? Are there certain hashtags or filters that you might want to filter out of their experience? Every family is different. Every child within a family is different. And the family pairing feature lets you have the conversation with your teen about how to help make sure that their TikTok experience is not only safe, but is also fun and the right one for them.
And as a mom yourself, what advice do you give families living in this new digital world when it comes to finding balance? Not perfection, but balance.
Always start these conversations with your teens from a place of curiosity. What are they doing online? How are they spending their time? What creators make them laugh and bring them joy? In my family, we love watching TikToks together and seeing who interacts and relates with what content. I love travel talk. I mean, I love to think about future dream vacations. My daughter loves book talk. She loves to discover new authors. My octogenarian dad loves STEM talk and the latest science content. But the important thing is that we are doing this together as a family, building sort of constructive conversations about what we are doing online, and that we're starting those conversations from a place of curiosity, learning what everybody else in your family, particularly your teens, is doing online is my number one tip as a parent. Start from curiosity and let your teen teach you how they are navigating the online world.
Lisa Hayes, I want to thank you for joining us today. Where can we go for more information and maybe get this calendar?
Well, we want the calendar to be as accessible as possible, so we have partnered with Linda Tong to provide a limited number of the calendars for free by visiting lindatongplanners.com. She will ship you the calendar directly to your house. And as I mentioned, check out the hashtag #ForYouCalendar to get some ideas about how other families are using the calendar to build intentional moments online and offline.
Lisa Hayes, I want to thank you for joining me today.
Thanks so much for having me.
Ever wonder what would happen if the whole world suddenly got too happy and you were the one person who couldn't go along with it? Apple TV has a brand new series called Pluribus, where a mysterious event connects pretty much everyone, and somehow that perfect world feels like a nightmare. Rhea Seehorn stars as Carol, the most miserable person on earth, who might be the only person who can stop it. Rhea Seehorn is here with us today. Welcome to the show, Rhea. How are you?
Thank you. I'm well. Thanks.
All right. So for people that are just hearing about Pluribus, what is the simplest way to describe Carol and the moment that her world kind of flips upside down?
Simple? I'm not sure I can pull that one off. Okay. So Carol was, it kind of is, but was a successful romance novelist, but very much a misanthrope, fault finder, can't enjoy anything, has to say what's wrong with everything, and has this world event happen that moves somewhat like a virus, where everybody except 13 people are immune, and she's one of the immune people to this thing that makes everybody habitually peaceful and content, and happy. And they all have one brain. You're still in your own mortal body, but you share one hive mind. Carol thinks this is a horrible thing. And even among the other immune people, a lot of them think, why is this so bad? And that's sort of an integral question that the show explores from a lot of different angles of how do you define happiness? How do you define contentment? How do you define individuality and freedom and success? And what is worth the cost of some of those things?
And it also looks like Carol has this dream life, but she's still miserable. And I can relate. What did you latch onto emotionally when you first read who she is and who she's kind of fighting against?
I felt like wait, say your question again. I'm sorry. I didn't want my cat to bother you.
Oh, no, I'm down with cats. We got cats in our studio, so okay. Cat life is the best life that we have. It was basically saying when you read the script, what did you latch onto emotionally and when you saw that she was kind of fighting against the world, I guess?
Yeah, many things. And one of them being that I had to constantly keep in mind that there is a very personal obstacle she has weighing her down. In addition to losing the world, she lost her wife. And we wanted that grief to stay real and present and not just be something that you're just over the next day. And I kind of would start from that place some days because I thought it's hard to take in if you're a real person that this is happening to the larger aspects of what is going on in the world. And there's many times where she's, the Simpsons character of old man yelling at clouds. And she's just the only person screaming and no one understands why. And so I just kept reminding myself to try to be as honest as I could in those moments. And Vince writes in a way that allows those moments of honesty, which I think are always the way to bring the audience in on the journey with me.
And the show plays with this big question, is that joined happiness a utopia, or is it something darker? As an actor, how do you stay grounded in the reality of the story while everything around just kind of feels uncanny?
Just like I was just saying, I just look for what is the real person in the middle of this? What is the real reaction? So yeah, most of us have not had a situation where we felt like the entire world was invaded by some kind of alien virus that was making them happy. But we have all been in rooms, most of us, I think, where you feel like you're the only person shouting that the barn's on fire. Mm-hmm. And you look crazy shouting it. And everyone's like, wow, you should really settle down. And it just is making you crazier and crazier. So I was just constantly look for what are the things that are most like this, as if that you can just start to build from there and then raise the stakes.
And you and Vince Gilligan have such a strong creative history. I could tell that there's a big difference in the tone of Pluribus compared to what people might expect from him. But how did he open this up and let you explore in what you did with Carol?
For some people, this is Vince going back to his roots because he started on X-Files. So they were prepared to have him do sci-fi. He actually told me almost nothing. He just said it has nothing to do with the Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul world. It has a sci-fi element, and I just want to send you the script and see what you think. And I went on the same wild ride that you guys did watching the pilot. I was just like, this is nuts, and this is going to be so much fun.
Ray, I want to thank you for hanging out with me this morning. Pluribus is streaming now on Apple TV. If you like smart sci-fi with suspense, dark humor, and a big, wait, what would I do question or two, this one's going to stick with you. So check it out on Apple TV. Ray, I want to thank you for hanging out with me.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for tuning in and checking us out here on New Mexico Rising. If you're a fan of the show and want to know what's going on behind the scenes, follow us on social media. We're at New Mexico Rising on Facebook and Instagram. Also, you can subscribe to our YouTube channels at New Mexico Rising. Thank you again for joining us right here on New Mexico Rising.